where did it all begin? And what art form came first? Was it the music? Was it the art? Where did you kind of first gravitate towards?
So it actually started more of like self-portraiture. I would, take pictures of myself and then do digital art, adding effects and stuff like that. And it was more about imagery, and then they started to become more themed. So that's where it started first. And then after that, my I had a friend who was already a fashion designer, and deep down inside, I was thinking, God, I wish he would like make me some stuff because I want to wear it. And after he started seeing what I was doing, and I started framing the artwork and stuff, he said, "Oh, you know what? I have a really good idea. Why don't I start making you some outfits?" And I said, "Okay, sure." So he just made like a slew of different outfits at first. Not a slew, but like a few. And I started to wear them, and we started to design them and stuff. And then he would photograph me. After that, then I would get a hold of the files, and I would start to edit them and then kind of create, something um, specifically with characters. That grew into more stylized um, photo shoots, and I wanted to give those characters a voice. And that's when I started to write lyrics or poems. It started off with poems.
So was this all like self-taught, or
Yeah,
was this something that you actually like? So you just kind of
I just went with it.
took it upon yourself and just
Yeah,
dove in. Okay,
yeah.
awesome.
During this time, I was actually taking some classes, and my teacher was talking about how why is it a person has an idea and the other one doesn't, and it only remains at a potential state if it's just an idea. The next step is to manifest it. And so he started talking about how inventors get ideas, and all this stuff. It becomes something bigger. And during this whole time he was talking about this, I've always had this idea that I want to be a performance artist, and then I want to create art, and that I want to be the art. I know that sounds kind of like bold, or you know, um, some people might have a negative thinking of it or whatever. I don't know, but I had always wanted to use myself as an artist, as the subject.
Now, when you say you want to use yourself as a subject, because there are people that kind of take on like a persona
Hmm.
that have like almost like I want to say a shtick, but it's not them, but they have this artist kind of alter ego.
Yeah.
So do you see it as an expression of yourself, or do you see it as it kind of taking on like a character or a role?
So I think it is like an extension of myself. I can play that character and expand on it, whether it's part of me or I can act on it. So that's where like the actor in me kind of comes out, into all of this. Um, but yeah, going back to it, I wanted to use myself as a subject. And so I started to merge those two ideas together and actually start to develop, um, started printing these out. I showed my teacher, and he was like, wow, you're one of the few that are understanding the concept of what I'm talking about. I was in theater when I was in school. Um, I wanted to be very expressive in that sense. And so I don't know, it's just like it was like this time period of like I wasn't doing anything. And then when I started taking these classes, I was just like, this is really what I want to do.